Carlie Aquilino is here as well in studio. What's up, Carlie? How are you?
Thank you guys for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
I'm good.
Excited.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, it's a big day. Carlie's going to be here at Helium tonight, tomorrow, Saturday, and our buddy Bobby Jaycox is featuring. So that's exciting.
One of
right?
my good friends. I love him.
Yeah, you guys are really tight.
Yeah, we're OG. He's the first. Yeah, he's the OG.
What did he do to earn the OG status?
He was my first host when I headlined my first gig.
Really?
By myself.
At the world famous
Deja Vu Comedy Club.
Ooh, in the great Columbia, Missouri?
Which is so crazy. Anytime people are like, oh, where was your first ever gig headlining? I'll be like, oh, a place called Deja Vu. And they're like, oh, so a strip club. There's like a million strip clubs named Deja Vu.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I just found out Columbia is really cool. When I was there, it was like a ghost town.
Yeah. Our Carlie serves at one.
Yeah. Really?
In Brooklyn, Illinois. Yeah.
That's where I got my start.
What a lovely job.
Oh my God.
That's my dad's proud.
It's a lifestyle. Mm-hmm.
It is. It's good. Tonight you can go check Carlie Aquilino out at 8 o'clock. Tomorrow, 7:30 and 10. Same with Saturday, 7:30 at 10. Follow on Twitter. Saw some good stuff on Twitter at Carlie Aquilino. You guys, Bobby or The Rock? Who's a better friend of yours?
The Rock.
The Rock?
Just because he's
Sorry, Bobby.
like life goal. Sorry, Bobby. You're out. Okay, I don't even know you anymore.
What was it like?
Never
Did you
met
see
you.
God when you got tweeted at Fry the Rock? Like you guys converse?
We've been tweeting back and forth for the past few years. I
Would you
don't
say
know
it's getting
how
pretty
it
serious?
started. It's getting there. He follows me, but I've never DM'd him because I'm too nervous.
Yeah.
Nice move.
But we have the same agent now, so that's a step in the right direction.
Was that on purpose?
It was kind of on purpose.
Okay.
Like I was deciding between agents, and I was like, I should probably go with Dwayne.
Dwayne.
Because Dwayne has
first name.
DJ. We could call him DJ.
Nice.
Deej.
Yeah, Deej.
Nice.
DJ's good.
Classic Carlie and The Rock.
Yeah.
So awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I just want my name to be like Carlie the Rock Johnson.
I like it.
So does that mean you're going to appear in a bunch of reboots over the next 2 to 3 years?
I
as
would
well?
love that. I'm available.
I think they do a good Predator together.
I would do.
Remaking it?
I think the reason why I love him so much is because he's the first guy that I ever was attracted to, like ever in my life, because I used to watch WWF with my two brothers.
Nice.
I'll leave the room if you and Travis want to finish up the interview.
I used to watch I don't watch it anymore. I don't watch WWE, so I have no idea what's going on there. But
Good for you.
I was very big with The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker. Oh, yeah. I loved all of them. Vince McMahon, even though he was like the evil one.
Yeah, he was. He was the bad guy.
He was
Chris.
the bad manager.
He was.
He was bad?
Yeah, and now his wife in real life is going to work for the Trump administration.
Oh my God, what is she?
I think she's like over the Commerce Department. I'm not sure, but she's got a role, so that's fun.
So there's that.
So there's that.
Her.
So
bless her. How's everybody taking things in New York? Are you in New York still?
Yeah.
So I mean, is
she
everybody?
said it's so exhausing. Like, oh man, it's been a.
Are you
the whole
glad you're
state.
in the Midwest for this weekend in particular?
Yeah. Fun times.
Did you
Fun
notice there?
times.
She put a period on the end of that. It's like
Yep.
period. That'll be good.
It's very different everywhere you go.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Are you hitting the middle of the country a lot?
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
I'm always on the road, and that's why also like I don't even talk about politics on stage. Like I talk about them any other time, but I just don't talk about them on stage because it's like you never know. I believe in difference of opinion. I think that people are entitled to believe in whoever they want to believe in. God, I'm like cringing. I'm like making an appointment at the OBGYN for next week so I can get an IUD.
And then like going
Just
to the
knocking
room.
it out
They
before
last for a year, so
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, that'll buy me some time, you know?
See if there's some
Figure
administrative
everything out.
changes.
Yeah.
There's some that can last like 10 years, so you don't have to worry who's president for the
Yeah,
next
that's
couple
true.
times. So,
I want one that's
a
just
heads
going to be
up.
up there forever.
Yeah.
So what
pretty
did
much.
Just make a house a home up in
Yeah,
there.
yeah. It's going to turn into an antique.
Really.
So
Talking snuggling with Carlie Aquilino here on We Are Live. Chris Denman, Travis Terrell. You guys need to go to Helium tonight and then all weekend long. Carlie Lawrence spent some time in Memphis. Was there a connection that you had as well that you were thinking from Memphis? I couldn't remember.
With Carlie?
So I'm going to ask you on the air. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no. I was talking to her just a second ago I did go and see you like several years ago at Zany's in Nashville. I drove
cool.
like 3 or 4 hours just to.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
You, Jessie May, and Chris.
Yes. TBT.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It was a long time ago. But then
Jessie May brought her dog in when she came here. That was presumptive of
She
her.
has 2 dogs. She brings them everywhere, and they're therapy animals. It was so much fun being on the road with her because we were on the road together for probably 2 years doing a bunch of clubs, and she's allowed to bring those dogs into
Everywhere.
restaurants.
Oh, we found out.
And just everywhere.
Yeah.
So, but when she had this dog named Fozzie Bear who was like 15 at the time, and he would bite everybody.
Sorry, Fozzie Bear.
Yeah.
That happens.
Yeah.
Sorry, where were you at? Carlie?
But no, Chris True, he's a really, really talented comedian, has his own improv shop in New Orleans and
which
in
is
Austin.
so cool. Yeah.
And so you guys have worked together on the stuff for air sex.
Yeah. We filmed it. It was so much fun.
Yeah,
I had never
seen
seen anything like it. Yeah. It was super cool. And when I first heard about it, I'm like, is this a real thing? And he's been doing it on tour for years and years, and it's people just going up, like how you would picture playing air guitar or like an air band, but they're like air sex.
And you participated.
I was the host.
You were a host.
I was the
turned it
host.
into a TV show because while it was traveling around the U.S. and so Chris, being a good friend of mine, asked me if I wanted to be one of the judges when it came through Memphis a couple times. So that's what I did, and then did MTV pick it up or what?
MTV had picked it up, and now it's like up in the air. We don't know where it's gonna go, but we filmed 5 episodes of it. It was like a competition.
So it's
the winner won like thousands of dollars
for air. So for humping air. I mean, essentially. So it's just
and you also have a character. Like they had costumes and props.
I like
and they would battle. They had fun names. The guy who won's name was Tie Sparkle Pants. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Chris True gave me a copy of the movie so we can sit down
check it
and
out.
watch that.
Really cool.
I have the soundtrack in my car.
Yeah.
We're set, you guys. It's fine.
The movie's really cool, and he's super cool, and his club in New Orleans is so fun.
Are there time limits?
There's a time limit. Yeah, I think it's like a song. Like you pick your song.
It's really
and
long.
that's your that's your time.
So I gotta.
So you do this whole routine.
Yeah.
It's really
It's cool.
really funny. It's really cool.
So
and interesting.
You've worked on MTV in the past.
Yes.
With Girl Code.
Yeah.
What was, and I guess if you have work pending, maybe you wouldn't say, but what's it like to work for MTV? I've heard varying accounts. I guess.
Yeah.
You're it's probably a great place to get a start.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's something. I mean, you can look at Nikki Glazer from here. Had a show on MTV, got canceled like immediately.
Right.
And then took that to Comedy Central, did Not Safe, and then is moving up and up and up.
Yeah.
Is that something that you've experienced as well, or is it just hey, I love it? What is it?
It's a cool platform to get involved with. I mean, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to do stand up on the road. I wouldn't be able to really have any type of following because it's so hard to get your name out as a comedian, especially in New York City. Like it's hard. It's such a grind.
Absolutely.
There's so many comics. There's just so much competition. So it's definitely a great platform, and people do watch MTV. Like people watch it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's crazy.
Right.
Like I always watched it, but I was always like, oh, I love reality shows.
Right.
So that's like I would always watch MTV and be like, I wonder, and people really watch it and people really like it and they're dedicated.
You sound surprised still, and you're like a veteran of it. That's hilarious.
It's just funny because sometimes people who are in their 50s will come out and be like, I love Girl Code, and I'm like, you're 57.
What are you doing?
Girl anymore.
And I love you're a 57-year-old man.
You're not a girl anymore,
and you're here alone, and your kids and your wife are at home waiting for you.
That's troubling.
Good for him.
And I'm like, I love that.
Sure.
I love that.
That makes sense.
But it's just cool how many people watch it.
Yeah, I love that. And I mean, we're pining
a relatable
for
show. It's a good show.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It's not just all TRL, right?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Wait, did you just go TRL real quick on us?
Yeah.
I wish that it was like I wish they would bring back like Celebrity Deathmatch.
Yeah, that'd be
I wish
good.
they would bring back Daria
Well,
because that's what I grew up
remote
watching.
control.
Too.
Well, we talked about we wanted to bring back
Remote control.
Next. Like the bus
Next.
dating thing.
Oh my
I feel like that's so appropriate.
Or parental control.
Yes.
We were talking about that a couple weeks ago.
If you took Next on the road, can you imagine the St. Louis stop?
Oh, I just imagine they're just putting that bad boy on a tour right now in this day and age.
I loved Next, and I loved parental control. I wanted to be on it. I was like, I want.
Would you have been like the annoying girlfriend that the parents didn't like, or would you have your parents on
I
there?
would have been the annoying girlfriend that my parents didn't like, or that the parents didn't like. But I would want to be like the girl with the bad boyfriend that my parents hate, and they gotta find a new guy for me
Because they know
Your dude's out on.
they know it's best. Yeah. It's like I've never listened to my parents in my life.
Your
but
dad.
I wanted to be on that show so bad. I auditioned for The Real World like 47 times.
I hear The Bachelor is not that hard to get into.
The Bachelor? I don't watch The Bachelor. I know I
Okay.
should. And I just said I love reality TV. That's one show that I never got into.
I'm happy to hear that,
Yeah.
actually.
I feel like I know what's going on in The Bachelor all the time, though, because everybody's always tweeting about it. And like I know
story.
people's names.
Don't
And
watch
it's the same thing all the time.
That makes sense. No, you seem really well versed, obviously, in social media, big following. Why in the hell did Instagram pull that video that has you doing lips with
That's
with
Kylie Jenner.
So there's a Kylie Jenner like spoof silly video.
Yeah, like
it's funny.
It like the filter makes your lips look huge. It like
Sure.
gets rid of your nose.
Yeah.
And so I did this impression of Kylie on Snapchat. I got all these people like, sometimes I'll do like a Melania Trump impression, and I'll get people like, put this on Instagram, and I'm like, maybe not, but maybe one day I will.
Yeah.
But that I'm sure will get flagged as well. But
Sure.
this one was up for like not even a full day, and it got reported so many times that
For what?
I don't know, because people are
pissed off.
obsessed
Her
with
fans
Kylie.
being mad.
Yeah.
You
But
went
I'm
to
like,
war
that's
with
kind-
Kylie Jenner?
I wish.
Oh, that's dope.
Her fans are mad at me.
It's good to call people out online, even if you want to just battle. Because again, Donald Trump, We Are Live does not approve
Yeah,
of you.
Trump.
At We Are Live
Yeah.
Radio on Twitter.
Yeah.
You're scum.
Yeah, if you want to
Definitely don't start an online war
don't
with us.
download our show, people. Who
Don't do
support
that. Do not do that. No,
We're
that's.
hoping that he can tweet us. We're hoping.
Trump?
Yes,
I think
but-
that's
He's
our
into
big
it. I heard
break.
he likes
I
Twitter.
think that's going to be everyone's motivation for the next 4 years. Can you actually get the president of the United States to tweet at you?
Yeah, and I'm sure he will. I mean, he's very upset all the time.
If we all just change our profile pictures to Travis's face,
Yeah.
he'll get pissed.
He like tweets about SNL every week.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's like, I
He
hate
gets-
this show. It's like, well,
Right.
maybe don't watch it every week.
It's funny to watch
and tweet
them
about it every week.
They
Yeah.
egg each other on every single week. I've started to notice, which is really funny. Like
Yeah.
SNL's trying to see how far they can take it just to keep.
Because they know that it
making
bothers him, and it's
mad,
like, if you don't
so-
like it, then don't watch it.
So
I'm not sitting down watching shows that I can't stand.
what if? But like last week, the musical guest absolutely destroyed. Wouldn't have been. You think he would have been
I didn't see
relatable?
the episode.
Well, you should have. He wouldn't have been relatable if he would have thrown out. But Sturgill Simpson was great, right? Or if there's a hip hop group on, that's a good way to.
But he says that everybody's terrible. He's like, everybody sucks, but
Everybody's
the
the
people who
worst.
perform. But Three Doors Down, they are.
Hey,
I
brought
mean,
it. That's
number
so funny you
one-
bring that up. It's Travis's favorite band.
He said that no, that
it's
no.
not. I wouldn't have asked you to come on our show
I'm
if
sorry.
Three Door Down was actually a.
3 Doors Down.
I could not. Yeah, I wouldn't do that to you. That's rude.
I liked them when I was in 7th grade. They were hot. I really was a 3 Doors Down fan,
Okay.
and I haven't heard from them in a long time.
There are a lot
about
of,
them.
but there are a lot of music artists that are getting heat now, of course, for performing at Trump's inauguration. Is there a dollar amount for you? If someone from
Oh,
the Trump
God.
transition team said, "Hey,
I think
Carlie,
there is.
Hey, Carlie, we need you to do an opening set on
if
tomorrow
they let
night."
me, would I be able to say whatever I wanted to say?
Because
Because that would be the
that would be the
circumstance.
difference
I would be like,
makers?
I'll do it for free if I could say whatever I want to say. They would black out all the television stations.
What kind
Just
of
be
a?
one long beep. It's like beep, and I'm like, that's really mad.
I like that. I like thinking about you in a. Maybe you do it yourself, but I like picturing you with like a writing lab full of people. Like, all right, people, 7
Yeah.
days,
Yeah.
until it all
Till
hell
the
breaks loose.
inauguration.
Yes, and you would do very well.
I would love that. But I would do it for free if I was allowed
If
to
you're
say
allowed to
whatever
say
I
anything you
wanted.
want.
But the
Oh, that's a
weird
decent
thing
price.
about that is he didn't ask Kanye to perform.
Why didn't you ask
He
Kanye,
didn't
Chris?
ask him?
He didn't ask Kanye.
Yeah, what's up with
He
that,
said
Chris?
Kanye wasn't even invited.
What's up with that, Chris?
Didn't they become friends a couple weeks
I
ago?
think-
Well,
Well,
Kanye
this
showed
Kanye-
up like at his like house
I
or
think
something.
he's
I don't even
still
know
on,
what happened.
Like a state sponsored, like he has to be in the hospital for like 8 more days. Kanye.
I just think that's
Like
messed
when
up.
you
man.
They won't let him play
Why
the Super Bowl
why
either.
Trump-
He's pissed about that.
Yeah, why Trump get the?
Really?
That's-
Wow.
He complains about it of honor every single year that they won't let him play at the Super Bowl.
Forever they haven't let him play at the Super Bowl?
Yeah, they just won't let him play at the Super Bowl.
Interesting.
Yeah, come to Bonner with me. We can listen to him
I wonder why.
complain about it for at least 2 hours straight.
I wonder why that is. That
that's
seems
interesting.
weird.
That is weird, Chris.
That is extremely weird, and I'm very upset for Mr. West
Mr.
himself.
West.
If
The
he was-
poor thing,
Man,
you
if he
know?
was playing at the inauguration, that would literally be America. Like,
That would
Yeah.
be literally
That's-
America.
other countries, check us out. This is what we're about from now on.
But they have this girl,
out of control.
Chrisette Michelle.
Michelle, yeah.
Chrisette Michelle. And he was like, she's one of the biggest celebrities in the entire world right now.
That's
That's what he said.
good for her.
Black Twitter is getting after it today.
Is
Really?
that right?
Well, because I mean, but it's I don't
Tell
it's
us, tell us more,
well, it's an
Travis.
interesting dynamic because it's clearly there's a check that comes along with performing. I'd
Sure.
imagine playing
Of
for Trump.
course, yeah.
And it sounds like she ultimately made the decision that hey, I have a career, I need to make ends meet,
And
I
it's
need a check, and it's
publicity.
publicity. And so a lot of people are giving her heat today because she's taking the role. Anyone at this point is essentially that's taking the role inside the inauguration is getting a lot of heat, and they're
Yeah.
since she actually was dropped from I think Spike Lee was going to use her music in the upcoming film, and now he's falling away from it. So
That
there have
kind of
been
sucks, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that sucks. There was one rapper, I forget who it was, that was like, "I'll do this for $4 million"
Yeah, I think it was
or something.
it was Chris's favorite rapper, Flo Rida. It was
That's
Flo
right.
Rida who
Yeah,
said it.
big Flow Rider
Big
guy.
Flo Rida. You bump
yeah,
it in your
Flow Rider and Three Doors Down usually playing in the studio.
Wow.
Whenever you get in here.
Carlie's
Yeah.
like, I'm never coming to Missouri again.
And 2 Chainz said he turned it down.
Yeah.
And I read those comments. People were like, "You weren't nobody." 2
You don't think that
Chainz?
actually happened?
I want to believe it actually happened because he seemed sincere, but people were like going in on him. I'm like, that's mean. Just let the guy.
Let him live in his
I
world.
thought Obama was going to invite him to the White House before
That's
he moved
right.
out. That's what like the whole thing was. People were like, "Obama, please like invite 2 Chainz." I'm like, "Oh, somebody invite 2 Chainz to the White House."
Yeah, Obama invited a good majority of the rappers. to
Wait,
the
he
White
was
House.
out of all. He wasn't that, but he invited like
Obama invited he
the
invited
rap world.
like 32
Yeah.
rappers, and I think on the power ranking list, 2 Chainz must have been at 33.
Yeah.
So he didn't make the
Oh
cut.
no,
Yeah,
so
that's
he's
the
upset.
worst.
Yes.
I would
Really
be
upset.
too.
So 2 Chainz was like, "Oh dang, I really
He was
want to go to
like-
the White
I'm
House."
like, Obama, I
Yeah.
give you one of my chains.
Yeah.
Just let me go. I'll be one chain for you.
I'll be 1 Chain.
I don't think people realize how much that meant to 2 Chainz. So I think
Well, yeah.
had he expressed
Oh,
that
I feel
earlier
so
on,
bad.
now he could get. I don't know. Maybe Barack got like 24 hours. Maybe
And
he
he's still going to be living in Washington.
That's true.
So maybe 2
Fair.
Chainz could just go to Washington and chill at the Obama house,
That
like
would be-
their actual house.
I could actually
Oh,
see
funny
that.
running
Being
into you here.
That would be more fun.
that's a reality
more
show for
fun.
you.
Yeah.
what station would carry a Trump 2 Chainz like buddy comedy?
Oh, MTV. We just named it.
Would it be
MTV?
MTV?
MTV would do it in a heartbeat.
I like
VH1.
CBS and their laugh track potential though.
No, you're gonna stick
True.
with. You're gonna.
That would be really funny. That would be super
You're
funny.
pitching to CBS these days, are you? I don't think people are pitching to CBS.
Well, now I'm gonna. Now that I have this brilliant idea.
That's right. You know what?
That you organically came up with
Yeah.
yourself.
You keep that one, Carly. You keep that
I'll put
one.
it in the pocket.
That's
I'll
right.
save it
Yeah.
for a rainy day.
Right next to Travis's script he handed you on the, whenever you came in here.
Hey, can you settle a debate for us? Like, we talked about it yesterday, but like this 18-year-old that was kidnapped and she just discovered that her mom.
yeah.
So under.
Still on this one, huh?
Well, I'm just curious because it's really a
very
dilemma.
interesting.
Would you?
Carly was actually kidnapped, so it's a little sensitive. Be
Well,
careful.
try to pull
Right.
back. But if you discovered that your parents had kidnapped you, would
Right.
you want to see them punished?
Well, here's the thing. She her mother kidnapped her from the nursery.
Like
could you imagine how horrified her biological mother was? Like, she
Right.
thought she gave her baby to a nurse and then she never sees it again.
Ever.
So
Whoop,
you
see ya.
have to be some type of crazy
Yeah.
to be stealing babies.
out of
So,
the hospital.
To me, yeah, little weird.
Yeah.
You know, little outrageous.
generally off.
I think that someone, you stole
bold
someone's,
choice.
Life.
life and you changed people's lives and you ruined people's lives, and this woman probably cried forever for the
Still.
last 18 years about her baby being stolen. So it's like, yeah, she should probably go to jail.
Yeah.
Do you think she should?
yeah.
You're
absolutely.
like, no?
Oh well, no. I think it'd be difficult, like because we were trying to say, well, would you testify against this person that raised you? But I guess the ultimate thing was that this person lied to you every day
Right.
for 18 years.
Exactly.
So
And then
everything
it's like,
that you
now
thought was,
she's going to have some
Right.
crazy identity crisis and you robbed her of like her real family. And that's a messy situation. When I read that and she was like, my mother was the best and she was so caring, I'm like, this makes no sense. to
Leaving
me.
out one major
Yeah.
thing that makes her not so great.
Yeah, she kidnapped me, but like whatever, you know, you guys.
It was a long
It's like,
time
but
ago.
we
Kidnap,
had a
schmidnap,
great
it
time.
happens.
We had a great time.
They're great.
So, whatever, you know.
Disney trips I made?
Yeah, tomato, so whatever. She kidnapped me. That's a nightmare.
It is.
And the woman won like $1.5 million from the hospital.
Oh, dang.
The birth mother. She sued the hospital.
Why would you? They let that lady just Heinzman on.
I mean,
out
I
of the
would want
hospital
more
like
than
that with the
1.5
baby.
million, though. I'd be like, yeah.
Be like, how much is left?
Yeah.
Uh,
I would shut down that hospital.
Yeah.
Like, no.
oh, yeah. I'd put my name on it and then just close it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's rough. Good question, Trav.
That
I
is a
tried.
good question.
I try to-
But I think that she should be, she should definitely get in trouble.
We
for
usually just say, so where do you get comedy from? That's
Yeah.
usually what we close out with, but I
Yeah.
like that question better.
that. That's a great question. And it's important.
You're so good at
It
that.
gets
How
down
many
to the real issues.
how many
really
wacky
important.
DJs have you had to go? Great question. You're really getting very good at it. If not awesome.
What?
at it.
No, I mean that's like, I read that story and I was like,
Okay,
wow, this
that's
is
true.
crazy.
Yeah. I got you.
Sorry. Boom.
But yes,
Roasted.
it's sometimes it's like the same questions. So it's
What's
fun
it
to
like
get
being a
a
woman in
curveball.
comedy? What else?
Yeah, I know.
What else? If we don't do research, what do we lean on?
Gosh.
Everybody's usually so good.
So are you?
So
Amy,
what's your-
oh no no. Are you an Amy Schumer cool?
Yeah.
You mean you're like, oh,
That's like every Uber driver's question.
so you and Amy Schumer?
Yeah.
Hang out all the time, I assume.
Yeah, that's why I stopped telling like Uber drivers where I'm going or what I do. They're always like, "What do you do for a living?" Because I travel and I take Ubers every city
Right,
I
yeah.
go to, so I'll be like taking an Uber to CVS, and they're like, "You're obviously not from here. I just picked you up from a hotel. Like, what are you doing?" So I just always tell them like I work in an office.
Oh,
I'm like a
nice.
traveling secretary.
Oh, wow. There you
File
go.
papers. If they ask me what I do, I'm like I do a lot of filing.
Right.
That's still
You
a
know,
real
all
job.
over the country.
Typewriter
And-
repair.
Yeah, because anytime I've told an Uber driver what I do, they're like, "So you know Jerry Seinfeld, right? You
That
guys
was
are
one of
cool.
the biggest names.
You guys good?"
Yeah.
Or they'll be like, "You know who I love? Chris Rock." It's like, all right, so you're everybody. It's the one comedian they know their name.
Who's worse?
That's Dave Chappelle. Going
Yeah.
places, right?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Is-
He's like indie. He's like an indie comic. Have you ever heard of him?
Who's worse? Is it that guy driving, or is it like, would it be a comedy like nerd? Like
I think the guy driving. Because then
what
they
if
also
what if the guy driving
then
is
they
a comedy
also
nerd?
go, well, my friends always told me I'm hilarious.
There you go.
And then I
That's
need
the
to do
winner.
stand
And
up
they
because
start
I'm
pitching
so
you
funny,
jokes.
and they start pitching me jokes, or they used to write. They wrote a script once. You know, which
put
is
it away,
always,
Chris. Put
yeah.
it away.
I
my
don't think she
bad.
wants it.
I'm gonna look you up on Google. You're on Google. That's what I get every time. Like, yeah,
Are you roommates with Rachel Feinstein?
yeah.
How do your parents react when people ask what you do for a living?
My mom like tells everybody.
Good.
Like
Oh, nice.
strangers, like at the mall. She's like buying a pretzel and telling them that her daughter's a comedian. My parents are really proud. It doesn't take
Nice.
very much to impress them.
Perfect.
But they're cool. They're like
Okay.
super cool and chill. They always came out to shows, and
Nice.
I'm pretty like, I'm not like cookie cutter
No,
on stage.
no. Very
so
funny.
they
No.
had a lot of fun. They've always just had a lot of fun. And like
that's
really
good.
proud. They like clap. I'm like, you guys are gross. Why do you like butt stuff? You know?
You're not going to ask for her mom's Twitter handle, Travis?
Your mom's on Twitter?
Oh my God. I don't know if my mom's on Twitter because she was for a long time. She was doing good. And then she got a new phone. Like she forgets her password and then makes a new account.
So she has
for
like
her.
She
8
thinks that if you can't, she has like 15 email addresses. She has like 8 Twitters.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Every once in a while I'll look on Instagram and I'll notice like a new Ellen is following me, like just with no picture.
3 pictures
Just
of
Egg
you.
avatar.
and only follows me.
Oh.
She follows like me and Ellen DeGeneres and Rosie O'Donnell because they went to high school together.
What?
Yeah. They really did. In
Yeah,
real
really?
life.
She
Yes.
loves it, and she loves it, right?
She's
Like-
upset. That's all she ever talks about.
That's amazing.
That they were friends. I'm like, this is so funny. She tells everybody that she was friends with Rosie O'Donnell. They grew up across the street from each other. It's like this whole big thing. It's this whole big thing.
Are there like pictures of her and
She's
Rosie?
like, that's my claim to fame. That's what she always says.
Not her
I know
successful
Rosie.
child.
I know Rosie.
I know Rosie.
I'm like, it's so funny.
That's a good note to end on. We got to get Carlie Aquilino out of here. You guys need to go see her tonight, 8 o'clock at Helium. Go check her out. She's very, very funny, very talented. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me. This
Come
was so
in.
much fun.
Yeah, thanks for
Absolutely.
coming by.
Friday
Appreciate
and
it.
Saturday.
We are live, live, live. We are live, live, live. We are live, live,